right. So this is episode 7 on my YouTube channel. So welcome. My name is Christina Cooper-Gomm. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please make sure to do so and then turn on the little bell thingy so that you get notifications when I have a new video. I am here purely to document my GLP-1 journey and share all of the things, the good and the bad and the tips and all of that with you because there was very little information out there that we kind of felt was like from a reliable source. So my husband and I are both on tirzepatide. We have known about the medication for well over a year. Didn't choose to really take the plunge until like enough was enough. We were both at a plateau where we were going to the gym. We were working out regularly. We were eating better. We had given up soda and lots of sugar and all of that. And we still like only got to a certain point and we're not getting past that. And for health reasons for my husband, we decided to get him on a GLP-1 within the first 4 days of him being on it. I was like, dang, I want to get on it. Which, by the way, if you are looking for a telehealth provider in the United States, there is a link in the description of this video and you can go check it out. It's all just online. You don't have to get on a video chat or anything like that unless you're in the state of Mississippi. And it's very simple. You fill out a medical questionnaire. Once you've decided which product, Sema or Triz, there's a price difference, and there's a whole bunch of information and things like that if you just click the link. So, and the doc can help you figure out what would be best for you. They can get you some Zofran if you need it. We actually haven't needed it, which has been really nice, and so forth. So last week, I shared doing my own shot again and some like the best tips and things like that that I have. This week I kind of just want to nutshell like what my first month on it has been, my results, and I do want to talk about dosage because that is a big thing that I'm realizing is that I got a lot of friends and family coming to me on social media saying, well, I'm only paying $99 a month. But when we look at the dosage that they have and the amount of units that they're getting, they're not seeing results because of that. So what type of results are you looking for? Again, I am not a medical professional. I am not here to give you medical advice whatsoever. But I am here just to kind of share some insight because again, these were things we didn't know, like how many milligrams and how many units were in a prescription that was completely foreign. Semaglutide, tirzepatide, that was completely foreign to us as well. So I've been on the GLP-1 for 1 month. I started my 5th week on Monday. So I took the new dosage. So for 4 weeks, I was on 5 milligrams of 50 units. Again, that might not be exactly how it is for you because it depends on your weight and your height and your medical assessment, okay? Based on like a telehealth prescriber is not going to prescribe you something that's not going to be good for you. And you might get denied, okay? So if you do get denied for weight loss, you can potentially be approved for microdosing as long as, of course, it's within like the means of your health and like all that kind of stuff. So I was on 5 milligrams tirzepatide, 50 units a week for 4 weeks. The first 10 days of that were really rough. I was nauseated. There were moments where I felt dizzy and lightheaded, tired. I got like a headache maybe one time. But what I figured out very quickly is that I was not drinking enough water and I was not eating enough protein. I dropped weight really fast. In my first week, I dropped 9 pounds and it was 100% because of that. So there's going to be moments where you're going to need to eat. And especially as your body is getting used to the medication, you're not going to feel the best. So there are people that talk about those side effects. My libido is down. So yes, my sex drive is down. My husband's sex drive is down as well. We just purchased something from our provider called the Thrill Pill. So we'll let you know how that goes. So that's supposed to increase our libido, the oxytocin and all that kind of stuff too. And then I just bumped up. So the first 10 days of that month were rough, but it wasn't bad. Never threw up. I never passed out, like nothing like that. I just was tired and I was nauseous. And the moment that I started drinking more water, go back and watch my last episode to get the tips on that. And eating more protein, things were much better. So again, go watch that video if you want tips on water intake and protein intake. Now I started on 10 milligrams this last Monday, 50 units of 10 milligrams. Again, it's my prescription. It might not be the exact same for you. And I now have at my month mark on Monday, I had lost 17 pounds. I feel so much better. The last week that I was on the 5 milligrams, I only lost 1 pound. And I think it's because I'm getting much better at eating protein. So I feel like I did lose weight too fast, probably too much weight too fast because I wasn't getting enough protein. I did feel sick yesterday and the day before, because I was not hungry at all. So it was like really hard for me to eat. Like I had to force myself to eat, and I couldn't even drink an entire protein shake. Like, so it was rough. Today's much better, but I'm like, okay, well, my body took like a little over a week to get used to the medication and the dosage for the first month. So why would it be any different the second month and the third month? So I'm kind of planning on that, but not enough to where like I can't take care of my kids or like do the things I need to get doing and all that kind of stuff. I'm sleeping like a baby. I will say I sleep so much better. I used to be on a sleepy tea, no longer have to take that. My husband and I were spending over $600 on supplements a month. No longer have to take any of those. And that was mostly due for like inflammation, all that kind of stuff that we don't have anymore. So yeah, so let's just finish this off. Very excited. Posted my before and after pictures today. So if you're not following me on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, go hit up those channels because my results are all over. And we're just sharing our journey openly and doing all that we can to reduce the shame around this. I am a LCSW, and I'm a mental health therapist, and so I kind of have this piece of me that's always like, hey, let's talk about things that are hard to talk about. And so let's talk about dosage. So yesterday I had a friend over. She's been on a GLP-1 for over a year. I had no idea. There were actually so many people. We had no idea we're on GLP-1s. And the moment I posted about us potentially trying it out, I mean, it was like the DMs were flooded. It was crazy. Everyone's like, we've done it. It's amazing. It's the best thing you'll ever do. Do it, do it, do it. And so, yeah. So when you know people that have, but no one's, again, talking about it because of the shame culture around it. So we're reducing that stigma. It's good. But she came over and she was talking to me about how much she pays for her GLP-1, and I was talking about how much I pay for my GLP-1. And she was like, "Oh man, like that seems expensive for the one that I'm on." And I was like, "Well, let's look at like why. Like why would it be more expensive?" So we looked at it, and then I got on with ChatGPT and I was like explaining this entire situation to ChatGPT. I was like, we need help doing the math. And she's been at a plateau. So she said she has about another 20 pounds to lose. And she's been at a plateau like for months and months and months. Yet she's still spending almost $300 a month on her product, which mine is like $100 more. So it's not that much more. But I'm on trizepatide. So it's more expensive than semaglutide. So if the budget's tight, try semaglutide, do 3 months of semaglutide. If you don't see results or you are not happy with the side effects, but almost every single person that DM'd me when we first posted about GLP-1 are all on semaglutide and have had great experiences with semaglutide. Supposedly tirzepatide is supposed to have less side effects, so that's why we paid more and got on that one. But honestly, I don't know. Maybe I'll try out semaglutide next time and see if it's the same or what's up. Um, Anyways, but so we're both taking the same medication, and what we found is that her dose was so low. So she should be on a weight loss dosage, which should be much more than where she's at. So she was paying about 290 a month, and it was 8 milligrams and only 20 units. And when you look at that and you actually do the research behind, like, if you're still needing to lose weight, your dosage should be rising, right? Like the highest mine goes month 3 is 15 milligrams. I don't think we'll ever go much higher than that. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'll fully dose the full 15. It depends on how I do on the 10 milligrams this month. And again, I will track that. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet so you get that notification. But what we actually found out through ChatGPT is that if she was getting the same amount of units that I am and the same milligrams that I am, she would, and she was still paying the same provider that she was paying, that she would pay 38% more than I am. So make sure that, number one, I'm not a healthcare professional, okay? But have conversations with your doctors, because I know the side effects are not fun, okay? I totally get that. But don't wean down off of what it's telling you to take because you're seeing side effects. Like, if you want to see results, you're going to have some side effects. But the side effects for me are feedback, okay? I'm going to make a reel about that. Side effects are feedback. So if you're feeling nauseous, you need more water and protein. Okay. So make sure that you're not looking at the side effects as like, oh, I shouldn't do this. I need to back off of this. Look at it as like, okay, what am I not giving my body? What are the nutrients and things that I'm not getting my body? If you're losing hair, are you on a peptide for hair, skin, and nails? Okay. Or a supplement or something that's going to help you with hair, skin, and nails. So again, it's feedback of what your body needs. So give your body what it needs so that your body can get used to this medication and you can start to see the results that you want to see. Okay. So yeah, take a look at the milligrams, take a look at the units that you're injecting weekly, and then of course, like the price, and price that out. I'm here to answer any questions that I possibly can answer. Again, I have linked my provider in the comments of the YouTube video. And so, you can go in there and you can ask questions. The provider that we go through, there's 24/7 telehealth communication. So I can at any point go in and I can message my provider and be like, hey, this is what's going on. They have like, a bunch of doctors and nurses that are working around the clock so that I can get my questions answered. If I need Zofran at any point, I can go in there and type that in and they'll send it to our pharmacy, and then insurance can cover it, or HSA, or you can even pay out of pocket cash, whatever's cheapest for you. So anyways, I'm so just grateful to be here. Thank you for the support. It's not easy to do what I'm doing and to put myself out there and to share, but I'm really just excited. I feel like this is like a new purpose for me. And it's created a lot of happiness in my marriage and for myself, and even as I'm showing up as a mom. So yeah, okay, well, stay tuned for the next video and we will see you guys all over social. Bye.